Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. When I read the headline of this article, I couldn't believe my eyes. I said, what's going on, France? Are you aborting ship? Are you leaving the West Anglo-Saxon hegemony, which you are not part of? First, because you're not Anglo-Saxon, and the other one because the hegemony is the American hegemony, not French or Western. It's US. Let's put it clear on the table. So what's going on here? You know, there's going to be a summit in South Africa, a BRICS summit. The BRICS is the acronym from Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And these are the fastest growing, emerging, developing economies. Well, Macron wants to attend. So Macron wants to be part of it, wants France to be over there. Unless France is one of the fastest growing emerging economies on the planet, which I don't think so, because France is a developed, ultra, super developed economy. Kind of socialist, but anyway, hey, what do I know, right? Well, I do know. And yes, you're socialist. I'm just kidding. Not. Anyway, my friends, let's go back to the point here. Macron, the president of France, on a phone conversation with Mr. Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa, says, do you think that I could join BRICS? And Ramaphosa said, let me think about it. Damn, what was that? Emmanuel, let me get back to you, circle back to you, like Jennifer Psaki used to say, let me circle back to you. I'm not kidding, no joke here. Here it is, Ramaphosa. The guy with big balls, the one on the right, not this weasel. He's a smart, but he's a weasel. And Ramaphosa is right, hey, my man, look over there. We're like brothers, right here. All right. Macron asks for invitation to BRICS summit. Today is 13th of June 2023. You can't believe this. The French president would be the first Western leader to sit in on the gathering of emerging economies. Is France emerging economy nowadays? I don't know. What do you think, my French amis? Now that Mbappe is leaving Paris Saint-Germain, and we know he would. I mean, he fucked it up. He should go now and something else up. I know you're gonna hate me for that. That's why Messi left, because of that guy. Yes, I like Messi. Yes, I like Mbappe. I like how he plays when he's not too selfish, obviously. Run away from you. Bye-bye. Here we go. French President Emmanuel Macron has asked South African President Cyril Ramaphosa for an invitation to the upcoming BRICS summit in Pretoria, French newspaper L'Opinion reported on Monday. All right, Macron's recent attempts to win over his African counterparts have fallen flat. Let me show you how it did. Just like that. Okay, he raised the possibility of attending the summit during a phone call with Ramaphosa earlier this month, L'Opinion stated, citing sources in the Élysée Palace. Alright, so Mr. Macron, I think he aims to see someone else, if you know what I mean. If that's someone else. So he tried to put pressure on this guy to arrest that someone else. Weasel, pants on weaselness right there. According to one well-informed source, Ramaphosa was non-committal, of course, and I'm quoting, presence at this summit was mentioned during the conversation between the two leaders, but Pretoria gave no indication of whether or not to extend this meeting to other international leaders. Yeah, because they're going to take over in their way, you know. You can beat them, join them, and then just do a little Trojan horse on them. If Macron were to attend the summit, He would be the first leader of the G7 nation to do so. BRICS leaders and Macron apparently share a desire to overhaul the global financial and geopolitical order. Yeah, Macron got kicked in the balls by his friends, by his amis, and now he tries to make new ones, the ones that he kicked in the balls. So not nice, Macronel. Not nice. So, with Macron hosting a conference in Paris next week aimed at overhauling the financial system to better benefit the developing world. Oh, now he's on a crusade to help the poor. A little Robin Hood Macron. Ramaphosa is due to attend the conference, and a cordial meeting between him and Macron could set the stage for the French president to make history in Pretoria. However, Macron's relations with the rest of the BRICS bloc, Brazil, Russia, India and China, are fractious at best, and Paris has sent mixed messages to these nations. For example, Macron has called for peace negotiations in Ukraine and put himself forward as a potential mediator, yet he backed a Ukrainian drafted peace plan that Russia categorically rejects, while continuing to send heavy weapons to Ukraine. No, I think he has no power, and he knows it. He just clowns around, left, right, up and down, but he knows the final decision is in Washington, D.C. But he just tries to be important. I don't know exactly why, because he's not going to be elected again. I think they have, this is his sector, yes, not sexual, second mandate, and I don't think he can be elected again. I don't know if he can or not. I don't think the French law allows him a third mandate. So I don't think he wants to end up like a Napoleon. You're already dead in the water, face downstream, floating, Macron. The maggots are eating you already. So with the so-called pension reform, you fucked up really bad. So, likewise, Macron has asserted that Europe must not follow the US into a confrontation with China, and has opposed the opening of a controversial NATO liaison office in Japan. However, he signed a joint communique with other G7 leaders last month, labeling China, and I'm quoting, the greatest challenge to global security and prosperity in our time, and quote, a position identical to that of the US. What do you want? He's a politician. He's a weasel. I mean, isn't he doing the same thing like other people that, Anyway, politicians nowadays are as they are, unfortunately, and we allow them to be that way. Meanwhile, in Africa, Macron's condemnations of Russia have irritated France's former colonies on the continent, who see Russia as a more reliable partner than their former master. This is Russia today, so take that as coming from there. Well, there's truth in this, but this is like, a below belt punch. But nowadays, what do you expect? Let's go there because there's too many weasels around. And if you go below belt, weasels don't have balls, so you miss the point anyway. Since the term was first coined in 2001, BRICS has grown from an acronym into an informal alliance that has overtaken the US-led G7 bloc in its share of global GDP, has its own development bank. That's a big problem for the weasels. The bank. Kill the bank. Remember my favorite US president, Andrew Jackson? I killed the bank. Yes, you did. Good job, my man. And counts South Arabia, Iran, and Argentina among 9 prospective members. So, is France either a developing country, or Macron wants to join, or he just wants to create problems, or he just wants to, check mark something in his personal wish list, bucket list, or whatever. So it would be interesting. Let's say this guy is grant Macron. They say, okay, we're gonna come over there as an observant. I guarantee you, he's going to be hailed as, oh my God, the great Macron. Oh, okay. That could be one thing. If he's not going to show up, he's not going to show up. I don't know if these guys are going to say yes or not. The decision would be obviously not of Ramaphosa to invite him. It's going to be the 5 guys to invite him or not. And I don't know exactly how they determine that. Through a vote, through a veto and vote, or simply because I don't think Ramaphosa can do it on his own. because the summit is not South Africa's summit, it is BRICS summit, and Ramaphosa's South Africa, Pretoria, is just the organizer. So let's don't make a little mixture here. That's why when I hear, for instance, these guys at the Olympics from Paris, Weasel, whatever her name is, Spanish name, because she was born in Spain, she's the mayor of Paris. Multiculturalism, great, good job. I don't have anything with either, but it's just strange that you cannot have your own, I don't know, Napoleon as being the president. You have Macron, which he is French, isn't he? Yes, he is. Anyway, my friends, we'll see. Friends, this is not a change in anything. I think it's just a desire from Macron to show that he is more than he is. Well, I think he also has those special heeled shoes because he wants to be taller than he actually is. That tells you a lot. I don't know how we call those, fill-in shoes or something, filling sole. You know, the regular sole, the bottom of his shoe, and he has higher, like, but not like, how could you call those, spikes or cowboy boots. No, he's got like, just look at his shoes and you're gonna see, ooh, what's going on there, my man? Anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.